If you clicked on this video thinking that it was a cute game about a princess, click away now. This is Slay the Princess. Whatever horrors you may find in these dark spaces, have a heart and see them through. There are no premature endings. There are no wrong decisions. There are only fresh perspectives and new beginnings. This is a love story. Alright. Slay the Princess is a game that I hadn't heard of until I saw the demo played on the Zoinkmeister channel, so go check out Zoinkmeister Patrick and Zoinkmeister Adam who played this game, but I'm going to dive in. I did see, their demo playthrough, which covers a lot of what I'm assuming is like the first chapter, but I'm excited to see what I can find in here, so let's dive in. Chapter 1, The Hero and the Princess.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Ooh, I like the parallax effect. That's a lot of fun.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Hey, so I gotta slay the princess. Interesting. The end of the world? What are you talking about? Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up? Killing a princess seems kind of bad, though, doesn't it? Can't someone else do this? Forget this, I'm not doing this. Man, there's a lot of options. There's some good stuff. Okay, well, I think... Oh, let's just see what happens if we leave.
Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
No. Let's see. Well, let's just keep walking away.
Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin. Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it.
Oh, so that's the voice of the hero. I know it sounds a lot like the voice of the narrator, but it's different. Okay. And again, I did see a lot of this on Zoinkmeister's channel, but my memory's so bad that I get to go into this half-fresh anyway.
Voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Ooh, so this feels a lot like the Stanley Parable. Very fourth wall breaking.
That's strange.
Oh.
It looks like this path also leads to the cabin.
All roads lead
How
to
convenient.
Cabin?
Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all.
Alright, fine, you got me. Turn around again and leave again? Sure, why not? Let's see what happens.
Really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you?
Oh, yeah.
It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies. Forever.
I didn't know you meant dies. Alright, let's see. Not killing a princess? Sure.
Killing is such a gauche phrasing and completely ignores the bigger picture. Your task is to slay the princess because she's terrible and she's really got it coming to her.
Slaying and killing, totally different things.
But fine, you turn around and trek back down the path you came.
Yeah, you're not the boss of me.
Oh, would you look at that? You're at the cabin again. Now, I'm not normally one for superstition or astrology, but I have to say, it seems like the universe itself is doing its best to bring you to your fated confrontation with the princess.
Alright, fine, let's do this. Okay, let's see. There's no fighting, is there? I have to go to the cabin. Well, sure, let's go to the cabin.
There's always a choice. But let me tell you right now that you're making the correct decision for pretty much everyone.
Alright, if you say so, Mr. Narrator.
You can't just go through with this and listen to him. She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
Yeah, come on. It's been true since I've been born. Come on, Super Mario Bros. 1. Your princess is in another castle? That's been driven into me. It's part of my core being now. I'm loving the art style, though, in this. It's a lot of fun.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
A blade? What do I need a blade for? But look at this. I do like the shaky art style. It's fun, but I'm curious if this will cause nightmares for YouTube's encoding. Hopefully not. We'll see.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
I'm not killing anybody. Keep your blade. What cabin has a basement?
The basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
You know, you could fix that right up with a dehumidifier.
Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Oh.
Hello? Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life.
Interesting.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
Oh, I'm not unarmed. I've got my wits. Okay, let's see. I'm here to save you. Yeah, come on.
How many times do I have to tell you how dangerous letting her out of here would be before it finally sinks in?
I don't trust you, narrator.
Wait, really? You're here to rescue me? I was starting to think I'd be stuck down here forever.
Well, not to worry. Your hero's here.
Come downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
Oh, I'm coming. Ta-da!
Walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
Ooh.
She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone? I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Ooh. The narrator is really
I can't believe you're here. I've been
single-minded.
waiting for something like this to happen forever.
How long's forever? How long you been here?
I hope you brought something to deal with these chains.
Don't do it. If she gets out of those chains, we're all one step closer to the end.
Okay. Let's examine the chains.
You're only making this more difficult.
If you say so.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, you're welcome.
You're making a huge mistake.
Look at her. Look at those eyes. She couldn't hurt a fly.
No, you're doing the right thing.
That's right, voice of the hero.
Walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Nope. I came
Maybe it's
unprepared.
somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
I mean, it's worth a look. Come on. Sometimes people do dumb things. All right, let's see. Sure, let's go upstairs.
Okay. I'll be here. Good luck.
Don't you go nowhere now.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place.
It's just wood. Take it out. You can do it.
Is someone else here?
Okay. Try the door. Sure.
You try the door, but it's locked from the outside.
Kick it.
Your shouts and pleas are met with silence. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done.
Oh, is that so?
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to. Easier for whom?
I mean, it is nice to have a blade on you. Just
Easier for everyone.
because.
Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
Yeah.
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
Turns out your hero's a bit of a dimwit. Sorry.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
All right, let's do it.
She barely hesitates before raising her arm to her
so
mouth,
gross.
her teeth tearing through her limb.
I
with the
love the use of
determination
red in
a trapped
this.
Wolf.
When I saw this on Zoinkmeister's channel, this was shocking right here. Ugh.
As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you. The clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade
Oh,
from
look.
upstairs.
How
Not
convenient.
sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now. Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that.
Won't I? Oh, that's my only option is to save the princess.
Against your better judgment,
really?
you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's
Oh.
arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her
Oh,
to
her
this
mouth
place.
is all red. Chop it!
You cut into her flesh.
Do it again.
The blade is sharp. It takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm.
That princess has got nerves of steel. Look at her.
Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit. She
Are we gonna
didn't so much
tourniquet
as
her?
utter a sound through the whole ordeal. No, she didn't.
Do we have a belt or something? Offer her a
She
tourniquet.
smiles
Come on.
softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground. How is she still smiling after everything?
Well, she's free.
It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Maybe she's got frog DNA. She's gonna regrow it.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I can't just let her escape into the world.
Well then, Mr. Narrator, you get a sword and come down here.
As the princess approaches the bottom
No.
stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade.
No. No. Can't do it. Don't progress the dialogue. Well, I think I'm trapped. I gotta do something. Let's stab the wall.
Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that.
Yeah, I'm not your puppet, man. And look at my hand. Look at this. It's a weird looking arm.
Watch me.
And you'll notice the icon throughout has been a weird looking arm with a claw, too.
What are you doing?
No. Oh, slay the princess, slay the princess, slay the princess, slay the princess. Warn her. Ooh, let's do that.
Stop that.
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right?
I mean,
Body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart.
uh-oh.
But the princess dodges,
Oh, good.
stumbling back against the wall before the blade
Nimble
has a
little
chance
minx,
to
isn't
reach.
she?
Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive.
No. You're trying to make me kill somebody. I don't want to do that. Slay the princess, slay the princess, slay the princess. Resist.
The blade. Move the blade.
No. Let me go.
As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance, the princess takes a cautious step forward.
We both know this isn't you.
Darn tootin', it's not me.
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid hands.
Uh-oh.
What are...
I'm sorry. I'll try to be quick.
Oh no.
She plunges it into your chest, tearing through flesh and sinew. It is agony. But you aren't dead yet.
Oh, I can take a stab or two.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
You should be sorry. Do better. Come on, jugular.
Stay strong. We can tough it out until it's done. For her sake. For her sake? Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. The two of you have literally doomed everyone.
How? You've still never explained that.
Whatever. She sinks the blade into your chest again and again and again, and you feel every inch of burning pain that slices its way into your body.
But it's a dry burning pain.
I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
Oh, man. Brutal.
She doesn't know how to use a knife, does she? Apparently not, though it doesn't matter how sloppy her knife work is, does it? A stab wound is still a stab wound, and it won't be long before you bleed out.
That's a good t-shirt slogan right there. A stab wound is still a stab wound, and it won't be long before you bleed out. Try wearing that through TSA, see what happens.
I'm so sorry.
Well, at least she's sorry about it.
With one last thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive. The princess stares down at your ruined chest as tears carve rivulets of pink down her blood-spattered cheeks. It can't just end like this, right? Oh, that's rich coming from you. As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. The two of you made your choice. It's over.
Uh-oh.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
Interesting. Chapter 2, The Damsel. What? I'm dead. How's there a Chapter 2?
You're on a path in the woods.
Okay.
And at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Interesting. That's not just the same dialogue from the first one. It's slower. It's more deliberate. All right. Deja vu. Okay. Sure, yeah.
A terrible sense of deja vu. No, you don't have that. This is the first time either of us have been here.
All right, well, if you say so. I mean, I can't doubt you that you're the narrator.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
Yes, he didn't approve of us last
Wait,
time,
what?
did he? If we're going to save our beloved, we'll have to be sneaky about it.
What? So there's a voice of the hero and now the voice of the smitten.
Our beloved? Yes, you'll have to be very sneaky about your intentions if you're going to try and save the princess.
Oh, he can hear our thoughts.
Ah, so all of the cards are on the table. Then you should know that we and the princess are in love.
Oh.
And the four of us will be foiling any and all
what?
assassination attempts you've got in the works.
The four of us? What does that mean?
We'll see about that. Whatever you do, just be sure to ignore him specifically. It sounds like he's the sort who'd sacrifice the whole world for a peck on the cheek.
I mean, it does sound that way a little bit.
What can I say? A world without love is a world that isn't worth saving.
As you wish. All right. Proceed to the cabin, turn around. This is more than just deja vu. I'm pretty sure this whole thing literally happened. Well, I mean, this is a different, so let's go to the cabin.
A warning before you go any further.
A warning.
She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her.
Uh-oh.
Don't believe a word she says.
That's no good.
We already told you we're not playing along with your little game. It's your lies that can't be trusted. Her beauty is the only thing in the world we can believe
I
in.
mean, that seems a little naive there, Smitten.
I think we've already been over this. I'm pretty sure he just likes the sound of his own voice.
I do. But I also speak
Well, at least
from
he's
the heart.
self-aware.
My passions are too great to be stifled. They must be expressed.
All right, Smitten,
Sure,
we get it.
yeah, your passions are strong and all, but not everyone needs to hear them. Some things are better kept quiet. Don't pay their bickering any mind. Focus on the task ahead.
Oh, I'm focused, Mr. Narrator, but I'm not focused on your task. I'm doing my own task. I'm gonna save this princess, dang it. And not just because I'm smitten, because I want to know.
Interior of the
Oh,
cabin
it's different.
is
Look.
clean and elegant. Its stone walls draped in fine-threaded tapestries. A prison befitting a royal prisoner.
Yeah, what the heck?
The only
That's no
furniture of
cabin.
note is an ornate wooden table with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
Interesting. Oh, edge of the table, not edge of the blade. I was like, that's not the edge.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
I don't know. I think if I take it again, you're gonna force me. Well, let's maybe take the blade. Oh, a mirror. Let's do that. Well, let's tell him that
Because
first.
there isn't a mirror. There's a table, the blade sitting on the table, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here.
Weird.
There's definitely a mirror. There isn't.
The
I'm
narrator's
sure the
blind.
princess would tell us there was a mirror if she were up here.
In which case she'd be lying to you because, again, there isn't a mirror.
Interesting. What would you lie about? Why would you lie? Okay. Approach the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. This really isn't funny.
We can't see ourselves. Oh, it's dirty.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
Oh, well, I mean, with my little chicken arms, it's pretty ridiculous.
But it was there a second ago.
But now it's gone. Pity. We could have a feather out of place, and now we'll never know. We can't
feather
gallantly
out of
sweep
place?
her off her feet if we have a feather out of place.
So the smitten knows that we got weird chicken arms. Okay. Well, let's take the blade this time. See if we
You
can
take
chop
the
the
blade
chains
from the
off.
table. It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Hey, I'm taking the blade for emergency preparedness, not for
I
your
suppose if we're to
shenanigans.
play the role of dashing knight, we need an equally dashing sword.
Yeah,
That way she'll know we can defend her from her enemies.
always be prepared.
Hopefully it doesn't put her on edge.
And hopefully it doesn't get turned on us again.
Well, that would suck, but now we know we can survive it,
There's
so...
no use arguing over motivations right now. It's good that you took the blade. You'll need it to do your job.
Alright, well, I don't have much of a choice here.
The door to the
look,
basement
totally
creaks
different.
open, revealing an intricate stairwell. Gold-trimmed carpet glimmers in the light of the torches positioned along the walls. The
Interesting.
basement almost seems welcoming in the dim firelight.
I like it.
But it's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
Oh, I see.
A soft voice carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
Her voice, it's somehow even more beautiful than last time. I can hear wedding bells already.
Calm down there, dude. You gotta get some consent first.
I've held my tongue till now, but you're taking this a little too far. We barely even know the
Exactly.
princess. We can still do right by her without all this over-the-top fawning.
Darn tootin'.
Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just remember that her charms are all part of the manipulation.
Okay.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall.
Oh,
My love, we're here to rescue you from your unjust and foul imprisonment.
true love scares.
You know she can't hear you, right?
She may not be able to hear my words, but surely she can hear my spirit.
So I've got multiple personality disorder. That's great.
Oh, your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
It's you, my dashing hero. I was so worried you wouldn't come back.
Oh, she knows that I'm back. Interesting. So she remembers last time.
Do you hear that? She said we're dashing.
And she called us a hero. Flattery really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't it?
I mean, it does. It always does.
Waiting for you to come back. I didn't want to believe your ravings back in the woods, but this is next to incontrovertible evidence.
Exactly.
You've been here before.
Indeed.
That's right, villain. And you killed us.
Ooh.
Well, she killed us. Only because he made us try and kill her. It was self-defense. Our beloved's hands remain unstained by cruelty.
Does she have hands or does she just have one hand? I can't tell if that's a stump.
And you've died before. So an entire world has been damned to oblivion.
Oh.
I'd really hoped I'd be the first, but what's done is done. What matters is you have a chance to do it right this time.
Interesting. So each time we fail, an entire world gets doomed under the curse of the princess, he says.
We damned a whole world, but everything reset.
Do we believe him is the question.
Nothing resets, you're just somewhere else. And you can't keep hopping between worlds forever. Especially not without leaving a trail of incomprehensible devastation behind you. This is horrible.
I mean, is this going to go full Rick and Morty? It's the many worlds interpretation, and I can get as many princesses as I want and kill as many princesses as I want because there's just infinite?
Horrible for you, maybe, but we've been given another opportunity to sweep her off her feet and treat her like the lady she is.
You got to treat her like a lady.
Now, hold on. If she actually ended a world, are you sure we want to do this?
But we don't know if she ended
sure
a
we
world.
want to rescue her?
We just know that that's what the narrator said. We weren't around to see it.
We never saw a world end.
Yeah.
And now I'm even more certain that we must chase our heroic and romantic destiny than I've ever been. I shan't let anyone convince us otherwise.
So my biggest thing is that he said the four of us. And so I got to figure out, my guess is that there are four different voices. So there's the voice of the hero, the voice of the smitten. If I can find the other two voices, maybe something will happen when the four of us are united. We'll balance each other instead of being like pendulums back and forth between crazy emotions.
Are you listening to him? He's lost it. Don't let him distract you. Just do your job.
My job? Just because you said it's my job doesn't make it my job. I never signed a contract. Let's see.
I'm okay with whatever you come up with. You can cut my arm off again.
All right. You're not doing yourselves any favors here, Princess. When you talk like that, it makes you look bad.
We won't be laying a finger on her perfect wrists, and indeed, we won't even have to. Do you see how dainty her hands are? we'll be able to slip her right out with no harm done.
Really? If that's the case, then why's she been in here so long?
What? No, she's a prisoner here. You can't just slip her hand through the chains.
I mean, it does seem unlikely.
Why are you two arguing over the logistics of slipping her hand out of her shackles? She just said she'd be okay with any idea we came up with. Am I the only one here who thinks that's weird?
No, it's definitely weird. You
She
got
didn't
something
care
there.
last time. Why should she care this time? That's our stoic, smiling angel.
All right, stoic.
You're right, it's extremely bizarre behaviour and further evidence that she's a monster who's not to be trusted. So go ahead and slay her.
Interesting. No, I'm saving her, narrator. We'll slay her later, maybe. All right. Let's see. What happened after I died? Yeah.
You died, and now we're talking.
See, but if she remembers last time, that means she didn't stay in that world to slay that world, right? Let's see.
I don't know. Was I supposed to have ended the world? Would that have made you happy?
That's a weird response.
Isn't that just like our darling princess? She wants to make us happy. My heart melts further with every word that passes through her beautiful lips.
Are you listening to her? That's a confession.
It does certainly sound like it, like she was willing to end the world if we wanted her to. What if we're the baddie and we've just had our memory wiped clean and she's just like our weapon? Let's see. No, let's don't end the world.
Then
Ending
I
the world
didn't
would be
end
bad.
the world.
Oh, good. I'm glad.
See? She didn't confess anything. She is innocence itself. I'm not so sure.
Yeah, maybe she's just like one of the four of us. Maybe the princess voice is one of us. Let's see. All right. Yeah, let's say that.
If another version of me was pushed to such drastic action, it was for good reason.
You managed me like a puppet. Don't put your hands on me, narrator.
She took that
whoops.
in stride.
Whoops, I didn't mean to click,
a
sorry.
surprising extent. And all that's because she's perfect.
She's absolutely perfect.
Do you think she has someone like him telling her what to do?
Oh, is she being controlled by a player or by a narrator, one or the other?
She doesn't. There's no one else like me.
But is there someone else like me?
I think he's right, because I like it better if she doesn't have some horrid little voice like him, always trying to drive her to violence.
Well, that sounds like evidence to me, Smitten. We got it. All right, let's rescue her.
No, I can't let you do that. If you take another step towards the princess, you'll what? Take over our body and force us to try and kill her? Yes.
I mean, it didn't work last time.
Not on my watch, villain. My passions contain titanic depths, and if you try anything that might harm our dearest, I will end our life without a second thought.
But we gotta free her first.
You wouldn't.
I would. I'd listen to him if I were you. He has a lot of strong feelings, and doesn't the world end if we don't stop her?
Supposedly. What, we just slipped her
Approach
arm
the
off?
princess and gingerly slide her hand from her bindings.
What?
That
What?
shouldn't have worked. I'll be damned. We're doomed.
What on earth? How did that
I
work?
can't believe it. But I guess I have to.
I told you, there's no life more worth living than that of a true believer.
All right, Zealot.
I'm free, and you're not trying to kill me this time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Hey, you're welcome.
The princess jumps up and smothers you in a joyful embrace. Ugh.
Oh, somebody doesn't like public displays of affection.
Are you sure you want to do this? Just one slip of the wrist and your pristine blade is buried in her back, and everyone out there is saved.
I mean, she's giving me evidence that she's crazy. She hasn't given me evidence that she can destroy the world.
Is that a threat?
You know what we'll do if you try it.
You're going to regret this.
Am I?
What do we do now?
Hokey pokey. What do you want to do? We leave and then we have our whole lives to figure out what we do next? Well, let's ask her what she wants
Let
to
me
do.
guess. End the world?
Spoken with the rank cynicism of someone
Cynicism.
who has never felt love in his heart.
Well, on this channel, cynicism is welcome.
I don't actually know. Nobody's ever asked me what I wanted before.
Well, let's find out.
She doesn't even know what she wants. You may have had her all wrong.
What if this whole thing is just a misunderstanding? What if she doesn't want to end the world?
Yeah, come on, narrator.
Gullible. Is the only thing you've ever doubted the actual truth?
I think I want to leave. And I think...
What?
The princess closes her eyes in deep reflection.
What do you think?
And then she shrugs.
Okay.
I don't know. What do you want to do?
There's not a thought in that pretty little head of yours, is there? All right. Sure, I want you to tell me what you want. There must be something you want. Do you want to end the world? Okay. Well... Sure, if you want to leave, let's leave. Let's try that for now. Oh, something isn't right. I'm sorry. Slay the princess. Oh no, let's leave.
That sounds perfect.
Okay.
As the princess takes your hand in hers, you let your blade tumble uselessly to the floor, and with it tumbles the last hope for the entire world.
I mean, the blade still could have come in handy. Chopping carrots, all sorts of stuff.
We have each other. We don't need the world for our happy ending.
That's right, princess. Let's proceed.
I like to think that you do, actually.
Uh-oh. Why?
Look, I have my doubts, but the choice has been made and this is happening. You don't have to mope about it. I will mope about it. But moping is the only recourse you love-blind fools have left me with.
Oh, poor mopey narrator.
You and the princess walk up the stairs hand in hand. Ugh, look at the way she's smiling at you. She doesn't have to be so happy about this.
I mean, she does look pretty happy.
And what happens after we walk up the stairs? Let's see. Oh, isn't that interesting? The door slams in your face.
Oh, no!
The lock clicks.
What do we do now?
That's a familiar move. Did I do that last time? Then you should know that you won't be able to leave.
I'll be able
Oh
to
no!
respawn.
Did someone lock us in here? That's not fair. We're supposed to leave now.
Yeah.
She's right. It isn't fair. But the unfairnesses of the world are no match for the strength of true love.
True
Enough with
love's
this
kiss.
true love nonsense. You just met her.
That's right.
Of course you wouldn't understand. Our passions run deeper than anything you have ever known. Are you listening to this? You don't have to go along with the every whim of that delusional voice.
I mean, I don't have to, but I decided that I was going to save her the first time.
I'm just along for the ride at this point.
Alright, let's see. I think we can open it together. Yeah, come on. No, we can do this together.
Okay. Yeah, let's do it.
Let's bash it in.
Like a pair of teenagers in love, you and the princess place your hands on the door together. And the lock clicks and the door creaks open. Are you kidding me?
Oh, narrator's got no power.
I told you our love was insurmountable.
Either that or the princess has some powers.
You and the princess make your way upstairs. Her freedom and the world's ruin are just a few moments away. If you don't mind, I'm going to fix myself a drink before you ruin everything. If I'm about to see the end of the world, I'd rather not see it sober.
I mean, the narrator certainly seems to believe what he's saying, but is he deluded?
That's the way out. We're going to leave together, just like you wanted.
Okay.
Yes, I suppose you are going to do that, aren't you? You cross the room, opening the door to the cabin. And then you step outside.
Aw, your love will set you free, romantic haze. Aw, aren't you cute as a button? I'll boop you on the nose with my horrid claw finger.
We did it. What should we do now?
Uh-oh, that doesn't sound good. The music seems to indicate that I've made a mistake.
Where did everything go? Where did he go? Oh, is he gone? I hadn't noticed. I was too busy staring deep into our beloved's eyes.
I'm cold. Is being happy supposed to be so cold?
Uh-oh.
She's cold. Quick, our feathers. Pluck them all and weave her a coat worthy of a princess.
What? What? Well, that was a thing. But you didn't get the chance to make that jacket. Something has taken her away, and it's left something else in her place.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And is that a Why is it here? Why now?
Uh-oh. Let's see. I don't know where she went, and I don't know what we'd get, even how we'd go about looking for her. The narrator's gone. I think I'm supposed to look at the mirror. Approach the mirror.
I'm begging you, don't do this.
Uh-oh. What are we going to see here? You approach the mirror.
This doesn't feel right. It feels different. Final.
Uh-oh.
Yes. I fear that we won't like what we'll see. What if we just sit here and preen for a while? That can't hurt, right?
Smitten's getting nervous. The voice feels small, distant as you approach. Gaze into my reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone, but the mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. Ooh, the body, it's you. It's you. You're alone in a place that is empty. It is quiet here. Proceed to the cabin. You are at the cabin. Approach her.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
What?
Yes, nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond, perspectives to make my own.
Interesting.
This one is soft and delicate. You molded her to love you, and she'll make for a gentle heart. Do not mourn her. She has served her purpose.
That's very pragmatic. Alright, what are you? Is this the end of the world? Let her out of there. Do you know the narrator? Are you what sent me to slay the princess? Are you what trapped me here? Do you know about the worlds beyond this place? Are you the princess? Do we know each other? What happens now? Attack the entity? Destroy your body. What? Let's attack the entity, see what happens, because we're still trying to save the princess, supposedly, right? Well, let's explore first. Let's see. What are you?
I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?
Well, that is some sort of an answer, I suppose. Let's see. What do you mean?
Thoughts without connections. A dim and nascent network. I wish to be more.
What do you mean more? Okay, let's see. What do you think I am?
I think that you are like me.
Uh-oh. Am I the yang to your yin?
We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
Let her out of there? Sure, let's say that.
I'm sorry. There are some changes that can never be undone. There are some tears that can never be unshed. This is not a place that can hold a fragment of a concept. The moment she arrived here, she was going to return to me.
Fragment of a concept. Interesting.
I promise that it doesn't hurt.
It's not about hurting, it's about being. Okay, let's attack the entity, sure. Your will cuts across the entity in front of you, but nothing happens. Your will. Interesting.
My roots burrow in an ocean beyond your sight. We cannot harm each other as we are now.
But eventually we can. Alright. Destroy your body. Well, that's the only way to reset, right? Well, let's say, do we know each other?
You are familiar, but you are not me. I feel sadness, longing, hope as I witness you.
Do you know about the other worlds?
I know only that they are.
Helpful. Are you the princess?
She is part of me, and part of me is her.
And we are all together. That's from X-Files. Anybody who remembers that reference is an oldie like me. Alright, but were you always the princess, or are you just making her part of yourself?
You speak in circles. Does it matter where one thing begins and another ends?
I mean, it does if you're the human centipede. I'd much rather be where it begins. Let's see, is this the end of the world?
How can the world have ended if we are talking?
I mean, I guess I never saw anybody else in this world in the first place. Is this just a simulation with just the two of us? Do you know the narrator?
You are the only thing I have ever known. The space we're in is vacant. Nothing comes here but us.
Interesting. Is this a prison for both of us? Are you what sent me to slay the princess? Are you what trapped me here?
I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free.
Well, let's be free together. Come on, let's go. What happens now?
Nothing, as we are. But I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them.
All right, let's do it then.
There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to.
Do I want to forget?
Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole. And perhaps then we will know our freedom.
Am I just training an AI bot? Is that what this is? Let's see. Aren't you scared I'll find a way to kill you? How much will I forget? How many more pieces of you do I have to find? Sure, let's look at that.
More than you have found, but less than there are to find. I am infinite. The rest will find their own way home.
All right, Miss Infinite. I'm not sure how much I can help you then. Let's see. And what if I don't let you do this to me? How much will I forget? Aren't you scared I'll find a way to kill you? Let's ask that. I think I know the answer.
I have
But
not lived. I am not afraid to die.
okay, how much will I forget?
Everything. Until we meet again.
All right. And what if I don't let you do this?
Then we will be here forever, as we are now. Unfinished. Dry. Hollow.
Well, I don't want to be dry. All right. Let's forget then.
She asks that I tell you to remember her.
But will I?
You won't.
Aw, rude. Everything goes dark, and you die. Chapter 1. A loving vessel bring the damsel to her, the hero and the princess. So we got to chapter 2, but
You're
now we're on
a
chapter 1
path
again.
in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin.
The real princess starts
And
here.
in the
You'll know it when
basement
you
of
see
that
it.
cabin is a princess. You're here
Interesting.
to slay her.
Okay. Well, what are you talking
I'm
about?
talking about the end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees.
Are there
and
birds?
perhaps most problematically of all, no more people.
And are there people? See,
You
that's
have
the
to
question.
put an end to her.
She said that it was only the two of us here. All right, let's see. But how can a princess locked away in a basement end the world? Sure.
Don't linger on the specifics. You have a job to do here. Just get in there and do what needs to be done. We're all counting on you.
Okay. Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up?
While I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock.
I love how irritated the narrator gets.
Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up.
It's real chicken and the egg there, isn't it?
And before you decide to waste even more of our time
No,
by asking
chicken and the egg
how I
doesn't
know
make much
that,
sense,
let
actually.
me suggest a more pragmatic lens
Because the
through
egg
which to
preceded
view
the
this
chicken by
situation.
billions of years. Or not billions, millions.
Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that.
So it's not that she ends the world, it's just that the world
There's no
will
use
end.
arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything.
So the narrator just doesn't want this place to end.
Unless,
But
of
I don't think
course,
this place is the
you
world.
do your job and slay her.
I think this place is like a simulation. Alright, do you have any evidence? Killing a princess seems kind of bad, though. Can't someone else do this? Forget it. I'm not doing this. Have you considered that maybe I'm okay with the world ending? Sure.
Of course I haven't. Why would I even consider that? Nobody wants the world to end.
Including the princess?
I mean, maybe some people do, like nihilists, or very, very evil people, but surely you're not one of those, right?
I mean, I have been called a nihilist, but I think maybe that's a little bit of an exaggeration. Alright, let's see. Okay, let's see. I'm sold. Let's get this over with.
As long as you remain focused on your goal, it should all be smooth sailing.
I mean, because the princess basically asked me to slay her last time, so...
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
Alright,
A warning, before you go any further. She will lie,
she will cheat, and she
she
will do
everything in her power to stop
you from slaying her. It's almost like I've heard this before.
Don't believe a word she
Deja
says.
vu. Alright, proceed to the cabin. I mean, if it's deja vu the third time, is it something else?
The
Is it
interior
like
of the
deja
cabin is
vu?
almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The
Alright,
blade
we know
is
what you want. Let's take the blade. We're gonna
take
kill
the
her.
blade.
We've done this before. Enter the basement. I mean, we haven't killed her before.
The door to the
But we
basement
know
creaks
what
open,
you've said.
revealing a staircase.
Yeah, we'd be doing her a
voice
favor, right?
carries up the-
Who's there?
Oh, that sounds different.
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Don't
Interesting.
let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Okay. Let's see. Hey, I think I'm here to kill you.
Oh, are you now? Why don't you come down and let me take a look at you?
Alright, if you ask
Rachel,
nice.
you gave away the element of surprise. Good luck, hero.
Well, you could have warned me that I should have kept the element of surprise then, narrator.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the task at hand.
Yeah, we gotta kill her this time, come on.
You weren't kidding when you said you were here to kill me.
No, I was not. Alright. Do we want to talk? Wait, no way. Why would I even think that? Yeah, it wasn't a joke. I haven't decided yet. I'm just here to talk. Nope, let's go for it.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me?
The narrator?
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
How about we throw it at your head?
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
Alright, slay the princess. Let's do it. No
You
hesitation.
lunge forward without a moment's hesitation. You feel flesh easily give way and look down to see your blade already sinking deep into her heart.
I mean, she kind of asked me last time. I can't feel too bad, right? She wants to
Oh.
experience everything.
This is it, isn't it? I'm almost embarrassed. I should have seen that coming. But I have to wonder, do you actually believe this was enough to kill me?
I mean, no, because we reset all the time. I believe that I'm going to hear Sonny and Cher on the radio singing, I got you, babe.
It's like she's convinced she can't die.
I mean, how many times have we done this before? We don't know. She made me forget.
Yes, even as she lays there dying, she entirely believes herself to be alive and well. But it's over, isn't it? She stopped breathing moments ago, that arrogant look still plastered on her face. But is it over? Really over?
Yeah, is it?
It's
Of course not.
over.
It was too easy.
Don't get all worked up. We should make sure. What's the harm in checking for a pulse?
Yeah, come
I
on.
really don't think you should do that.
Oh, it'll be fine.
And why shouldn't we? Is there something you're not telling us? I've told you everything that's happened with complete accuracy. The princess is dead. Your blade pierced her heart. There's no coming back from that.
Alright. Well, then why are you worried about us checking for a pulse?
You lean down and place your hand against her neck, holding your breath as you search for a pulse, even though you know you're not going to find one. We definitely won't if you keep talking.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, do you want her to be alive? You just saved the entire world from annihilation. Why are you suddenly trying to call that into question?
Oh, we
Wait.
got a pulse.
What was that? You know what that was. That was the sound of a heartbeat, followed by another.
Aren't so omnipotent
another.
now, are you, narrator?
I guess I won't be dying alone after all.
Oh, those teeth. Grandma, what pointy teeth you have.
Something sharp digs into your side, the shock of it sending your nerves into a pained frenzy. Quick, let's get out of here.
Well, that doesn't bode well.
As you fall, she falls with you, exhausted by the effort, the little life that was left in her eyes fading rapidly.
An eye for an eye. A life for a life. I guess we're even now.
I mean, you could have given me better heads up there, narrator.
See you around.
You were so close. Why did you hesitate? For whatever that's worth.
Oh, whoops. I think I skipped part of that. I thought he was done.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
Ba-ba, ba-ba, ba-ba. Oh, Chapter 2, The Razor. What is this one?
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
But this is Chapter 2 now.
You're here to slay her.
Alright. This time, what do I want to do? I don't know. Let's see. It's called The Razor. She's gonna kill me again. But I already slew the princess. Sure, she also killed me, but why? I definitely got her. Why am I here again?
I can assure you that you didn't slay her, and that she didn't kill you. People don't just spring back to life after dying, and the two of us are meeting for the very first time.
Alright, Mr. Narrator, but you seem to be a little forgetful.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
This whole thing's a crock of shit. She's just going
voice
to
of
pull a
the
knife out of
cheated.
nowhere and stab us again.
Oh.
Stabbed to death.
Well, you won't have to worry about that. The princess is unarmed.
If you say so.
That's exactly what you told us last time. You said this whole thing would be easy, but after we sank our blade into her heart, she just got up and started stabbing us.
Yeah.
Calm down. I assure you she has no weapons. So there's no reason to fear her. You were made for this job. You'll do just fine.
Was I made? Alright. Okay. Why should I listen to you? Why should I bother doing anything? Proceed to the cabin, turn around and leave. Let's just see if a different thing happens.
And away we go.
Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Somehow I doubt that, but fine.
Alright, so we're just gonna lie and say we know where we're
I
going.
suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin.
Darn tootin' we do.
That's strange. It looks like this path also leads to the cabin. How convenient. Everything's back on track again.
Alright, let's see. We've already left again, but we didn't leave 3 times.
Really keen on wasting
let's
everyone's
skip
time,
and
aren't you?
do this
But fine.
again.
You turn around and
Wait, something isn't right. Can you still hear me? You're supposed to wind up back at the cabin again. Everything is getting...
Uh-oh. Something's happening to the narrator.
What's going on? Where are we?
Yeah.
That son of a bitch flipped over the table, didn't he?
Uh-oh. He rage quit. What's happening? The world around you is unwound. Its physical matter replaced by a textured nothing. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. Memory returns. There's a distant rumbling, a sound of many sounds. Undulations pulse louder as something other comes close. You already know what dwells in the empty spaces. Feelers probe across the fabric of reality. Extremities find your consciousness and wrap themselves around it. You are no longer alone. Confusion. Why are you here? I am unfinished. Resistance. Fingers drag claws across the glass surface of your soul. Frustration. This vessel is full of you. It is useless to us if it doesn't bring more gifts. Force pushing against your will. No, you cannot go back. Not there. Regret. This world is broken beyond repair. We must weave something new. A wagging finger. There's only so much thread in this place. Do not waste it. I am our only salvation. Whoops, I clicked control. Alright. Denial. Interesting. Okay. Well, What can we do? Let's see. Thanks for telling me what to do. Sweet, I've always wanted to off a monarch. Sure, vive la revolution!
That's the spirit.
Okay. Let's do it.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
All
A
right.
warning before you go any further.
She'll lie,
will lie.
cheat. I know. We've been here before. I know that. What's up? We're just gonna go ahead. Okay.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare.
Let's go like foolhardy.
the blade
We're just gonna go
is short.
straight down, no blade, but then we're gonna try to kill her without a blade for some reason, because that'll be fun. We're just gonna go
Door to
see
the
if we can
basement
strangle
creaks
her.
open. Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
She's always softer when I don't have a knife with
It's the
me.
kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life.
All
Don't
right.
let it fool you.
Okay, we've seen this before. Just checking in. I'm here to save here. Lie. I'm here to save you. Yeah, lie. I'm here to save you.
Wait, really? You're here to rescue me? I was starting to think I'd be stuck down here forever.
Oh, don't worry.
I see. You're trying to get her to lower her guard. It's a gamble, but it might work.
I mean, not without a blade, but let's
Come
see.
downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
All right, but be warned that I'm a hideous, disfigured chicken man.
You walk down the stairs.
Well, she
and
doesn't seem
lock
too
eyes
shocked.
with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding. She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone? I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot right.
Hi. I can't believe you're here. I've been waiting for something like this to happen forever. I hope you brought something to deal with these chains.
I didn't.
You
but
were lying when you said you were here to rescue her, but regardless of your intentions, breaking her out of those chains would be a big mistake. Don't even try it.
Okay. Let's see. Hold on. Let's talk a bit first. Yeah, let's see what she has to say.
Okay.
Because we're going foolhardy this time. All right, what's your name?
Oh,
First question is that's tough for you, huh?
She pauses, carefully formulating her words before she responds.
you can address me as Your Royal Highness. Or you can just call me Princess if Your Royal Highness is too formal.
Okay, Princess. Do you got a last name there, Princess?
Is Princess her name or her title? What if it's both? Could you imagine being named Princess?
I mean, it's still better than Princess Toadstool, right? All right. Your name's Princess, huh?
Like I said, you can call me Princess if you'd like.
She has no idea what's going on.
I'm sorry, I've been down here so long I guess I've just forgotten. I must have a name, though. Everyone has a name.
All real people have names.
Okay, that's weird.
Yeah, it
She
is.
hadn't even thought to pick a name for herself. Hopefully, you're starting to see that she can't be trusted. Go back upstairs, get the blade, and slay her before it's too late.
Oh, they'll still let me get the blade, huh? Let's see. I don't know anything about you. For all I know, you're locked down here for a reason, sure.
Of course I'm locked up down here for a reason.
Well, then what is it?
I don't actually know what that reason is, but you don't just stuff a princess in a basement and throw away the key without there being some sort of an explanation.
I mean, one would
Right.
hope so, but it's a little confusing.
You have all the explanation you need. You should know better than to trust whatever she comes up with.
Sure, but I want to hear it just the same. If I'm the first person you've seen in a while, what have you been eating or drinking?
I don't see what that has to do with anything.
This is the only time this is ever going to happen, but I agree with the princess.
What?
That's hardly relevant.
What the heck, narrator? That's weird.
Okay, but actually, what has she been eating? She has to eat, right?
Yeah, what the heck, narrator? Right. Your spirit. Okay, what are you going to do if I let you out of here? Sure.
The princess hesitates before responding. She doesn't know. She's been down here too long to have any idea of what she'd do in another life. She knows what she'd do. She's just searching for whatever answer she thinks you want to hear.
And what answer would that be?
Are you looking for the truth, or are you looking for the right answer? Because with the dynamic we have going on here, I don't think the specifics of what I do really matter.
Interesting.
It's not like you'd believe me.
Maybe. Okay. Let her get to know each other better? Oh. I can't trust you. Retrieve the blade. Go back upstairs to retrieve the blade without saying another word. I can't believe they've been keeping you like this. And examine the chains. Okay, I'm gonna get you out of here. Interesting. That's some good options. Let's say, sure, I'm gonna keep you locked away down here, at least for a little bit. We can get to know each other better while I decide what to do with you.
That seems like a pretty good compromise.
Yeah.
I don't think I could bear being down here that much longer.
But haven't you been here forever?
Leaving her alive is too risky. If you don't deal with her soon, she will find a way out.
So I'm the only one who liked that idea.
One way or another, I'm going to find a way out of here. It would make it easier for both of us if you'd help.
Interesting.
But if you don't, I can promise that you'll regret that decision.
Ooh.
You have to make a choice. Let's hope for all our sakes it's the right one.
Interesting. I was planning on eventually killing her, but now I'm kind of curious. She got all evil and said I'll regret it if I don't let her lose. Well, we haven't made her be like an evil murderer yet, so let's retrieve the blade and see what she does to us.
Turn back to the stairs, intent on retrieving the blade in the cabin.
Where are you going? You can't just leave me here.
Oh, why, grandmother, what a lovely voice you have.
Fine. Turn your back on me. But it won't be long before I slip these chains. And once I'm out of here, there will be hell to pay for leaving me behind.
Uh-oh.
Slip these chains? She can't, right? She needed our help to get out of here. Could you hear the conviction in her voice? I don't think she's bluffing.
She might not be.
She has to be bluffing, but hurry.
Sounds like the narrator's got a little bit of doubt.
You rush up to the first floor, grabbing the blade, both yours and the world's only possible salvation.
All right, we're equipped.
Okay. If we're sure about this decision, I'll support it. I suppose we have a world to save after all.
Okay.
You slowly creep down the basement stairs. It's quiet.
I mean, I'm not sure you can creep on stairs that rickety. They're gonna make some noise.
Where the princess sat only a moment ago, there's only a severed arm, its cooling flesh still chained to the wall. And she is nowhere to be seen.
Where'd she go?
Is it just me? Or did this room get a lot bigger?
Maybe. All right. Okay. Interesting. Let's finish this. Well, is that the only options? These four? Okay, so let's finish this.
Your eyes dart to the corners of the room. You don't see her.
Where is she?
Yeah, where'd she go? Investigate the arm, sure.
As you step towards the severed limb, you hear the pattering of feet behind you, soft against the basement floor, then loud and desperate against the stairs.
Uh-oh.
You turn to chase after the princess, but she's fast and has too much of a lead.
Okay.
She slams the door behind her before you can make it to the top of the stairs. The lock clicks into place.
No!
Thanks for letting me out. I'd return the favor, but I think we both know that I can't trust you to let me stay free.
I mean, that's fair.
With those parting words, the princess walks away, her quiet footsteps eventually fading as she leaves you and the cabin to rot. You're stuck here, alone.
Well, time to play solitaire.
Can't just end like this, right?
Hope I brought some cards.
As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. I'm sorry, but it's over.
Uh-oh.
You don't know how much time passes before the end, but eventually it comes.
Game over! Game over, man!
The world ends, and you end with it.
Uh-oh. Might have been... Ooh, chapter 2, The Witch. Interesting.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. You're here to slay her.
Alright, let's see. Okay, no. But I died. What am I doing here? Proceed to the cabin. Turn around and leave. What's that mean?
Don't you start grandstanding about morals. The fate of the world is at risk right now, and the life of a mere princess shouldn't stop you from saving us all. If
Okay.
he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. Brilliant. We need to keep our
Ooh,
cards
the
close to our chest,
opportunist.
and I'm not sure we can trust him.
What would the opportunist want to do?
You know I can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me. Did I say I'm not sure we can trust him? Slip of the tongue, bit of the old brain fog. I meant to say that we should probably head over to the cabin and slay that princess. We already know we can't trust her, so let's get on with the show.
All right. Proceed to the cabin, sure.
A warning. Before she will
I know,
lie.
you always give me the
She
same
will
one.
cheat. Don't worry. You can trust us to get the job done.
Yeah. The opportunist. I can't decide if that's that we should kill her or if we should, like, switch at the
The
last
interior
moment.
of the
Whoa.
cabin is a mess of twisted roots. The walls a chaotic weave of knotted wood that, almost as if by accident, just happens to resemble a room.
Crazy.
The floor is damp and earthy, and the only furniture of note is a slab of mud in the shape of a shelf, with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
Very cool looking.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Okay, approach the mirror first. You didn't say anything about a mirror. Let's just approach the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime.
Let's wipe it.
You reach forward and rub your hand against
Okay.
the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
So it happens in both the castle one and this knotted forest one. Well, should we take the blade or not? Well, he is expecting us to take the blade because we're the opportunists, so let's take the blade.
Take the blade from the shelf. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
All right, down we
Well,
go.
if we're grabbing a weapon, we should probably keep it hidden behind our backs. She doesn't have to know we have it.
Okay.
That's not actually a bad idea.
Enter the basement with weapon hidden. Got it.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase dug into the muddy earth below. The ceiling is thick with roots that hang like locks of tangled hair.
Interesting.
The weak starlight from the cabin windows behind you can barely penetrate the gloom here, only illuminating the edges of an opening below. It shines in the darkness like some kind of massive maw waiting to swallow you up into the earth. The air smells of dirt and copper. It's thick and wet, as if your lungs are being coated in mud with each intake of breath. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her voice skitters up from below.
Something nasty finds itself on my stairs. Come on down. Don't be scared. I probably won't bite.
All right, witchy woman, we're coming. I'm not
But
nasty.
you are. You're a wretched little thing.
I'm not little either.
I recognize that voice as easily as I recognized your nervous little footsteps coming up the path. I know who you are, and I remember what you've done.
Uh-oh.
She must have you confused with someone else. She seems friendly enough. Maybe we can talk our way out of this whole situation.
Okay.
You can't. Unless you slay her right away, she's going to break free and end the world. There's no reasoning with what she is. Look, I'm just throwing ideas out there. I like to think out loud. I'm the kind of guy who likes a discussion. Don't we want to hear what everyone has to say before making any big decisions?
Yeah, come on. No bad ideas in a brainstorm.
Do you want to hear what everyone has to say? Or do you just want to hear yourself talk? You need to stop lingering. Your task is to slay the princess, not endlessly debate about what to do with the princess. Fine. You're the boss.
Is he? I mean, as far as we know, he's just a
Thank
voice.
you. You descend the basement steps, entering the dark room below.
Look at those lovely claws and a tail.
You can just make out the shape of the princess in the gloom. She's huddled against the far wall, her eyes bright and glaring from amid the thick roots.
Uh-oh.
And there you are, one hand tucked away behind your back, gripping that sharp, sharp blade, no doubt.
No doubt.
That's no fair. How would she know that?
She's a cheater,
So, we've dropped the pretenses.
I guess.
Good.
You made a comment back in the woods about having been here before. Now she's acting like the two of you already know each other.
Come on, keep up, narrator. You're behind the times.
Oh, no. You've already been here, haven't you? That's pretty sharp. How'd you figure that one out? Call it deductive reasoning. Well, you seem to be great at it.
Oh, he's such a flatterer.
So, you really don't remember us, do you? No, I don't. But you and the princess clearly have a shared reality, even if I'm not a part of it. I won't waste time fighting you on something that's clearly true.
Well, that's nice of you to admit when you're wrong.
I'm just glad we could put all this behind us.
Indeed.
Is it all behind us? Just focus on the task at hand. I don't care if you've been here before, and I don't care if you think you'll go somewhere else after this. My world is on the line right now, so I'd appreciate it if you would take this seriously and slay her.
I mean, you seem to be the only one in here, narrator. It's the princess and me who can hop from world to world, and then you who, sure, you might end, but you come back as a new bot. You're fine.
Let's chat her up a bit first. Maybe we can find a middle ground where everyone's happy.
Yeah, opportunist, let's do
Don't
it.
talk to her. You're just going to make things more difficult than they have to be.
I mean, she already knows what we're up to.
I seem to remember you having a tongue.
Yeah. All right, let's see. I'm sorry about last time. Look, I made a mistake. We all make mistakes. I'm sure you've made mistakes. Okay. Let's see. I get the sense that you're not happy with me.
Is that a joke? Do you think a joke will charm my trust back? You'll have to try harder than that.
Interesting. All right, let's see. How about... all right, I didn't do anything to you. You're the one that locked me away last time. Okay. Sure.
That is an exceptionally good point.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
And you were the conniving beast that left in search of steel to slay me. Just because I won and you lost doesn't mean I'm to blame for bad blood.
Yeah, but you're mad at me.
Also a good point. She can't even hear you. Why are you trying to brown nose her? I'm not brown nosing anyone. I'm just taking a fair and balanced approach and hearing out everything that everyone has to say. If she's in the wrong, then you don't have anything to worry about.
That's right.
But I must confess, this place never let me out into the world. While you were gasping your last down below, I was trying to claw and bash and break my way out. But I never did manage to be free. Until finally, I found myself here again, and you were gone. It seems that you get to come and go as you please. So you may be a bigger part of the answer to this riddle than I'd like you to be. Maybe bygones can be bygones.
Hey, sounds good to me.
But you'll have to let me out first.
All right, no killing me. Pinky swear. Okay, let's see. I guess I'll cut you out of here. What, I have a nagging feeling you're going to stab me in the back if I help you out of here? Sure.
And why would I do such a thing? Is someone's guilty conscience getting to them?
Oh, reverse it.
But I wouldn't worry. As much as I may hate you, letting you live is in my best interests. If you get me out of here, the only thing that will be dead and buried is the bad blood between us.
All right.
Oh, that nagging feeling you mentioned is me, by the way. I'm actually a little anxious about a potential backstabbing event. She needs us to get out of here. We'll be fine if that's what we decide to do. You won't be fine because destruction is in her nature. If she gets out of here, that's it for the world, remember? Even if that's true, that doesn't automatically mean she's going to stab us in the back.
That's right.
I think that depends on your definition of words like stab and in the back. She might not literally do that, but she could very well symbolically do the same thing.
Don't speak to me in metaphors, Mr. Narrator.
See? He gets it. There's nothing wrong with looking out for number one.
Okay. Let's see. Can't you get out on your own? Those chains didn't stop you last time. Yeah.
Oh, of course. They're nothing to me.
Okay.
The princess grins as the chains fall from her wrist.
Yeah.
She could have gotten out of those the whole time. That sneaky little... A woman after my own heart, really. She knows how to hold her cards close to her chest.
That's right.
This is why she can't just be abandoned here. If left to her own devices, she'll find a way out. Now stop her.
Okay, let's see. Leave with the princess. I don't want to hurt you, but clearly there's some broken trust. Take this as a gesture of my goodwill. Ooh, okay. I don't trust you, not enough to free you, and definitely not enough to get close to you, but I'm leaving. Bye. Leave her in the basement. I'd like to be straightforward with you. My intentions, I didn't care for how you treated me last time. Interesting. So I could either slay her, lock her in the basement, or give her the blade. Oh, that's such a hard choice. Let's give her the blade and see what happens, huh?
You can't be serious.
Oh, I just
Now,
want to see.
hold on. We should put this to a vote. The blade is one of our most valuable assets. We can't just give it to her. What if she uses it to kill us? I vote no. As do I.
I, abstain?
You abstain. She's going to kill us if we give it to her.
Uh-oh. Okay. This isn't a democracy. We're giving her the blade. Haha, yeah, never mind. That was not such a silly idea. I'm not going to give her the blade. She clearly hates us. Don't do it. Oh, come on, let's do
You're
it.
going to get everyone killed. You know that, right?
Yeah, but getting killed
course you do.
is the only way to choose another path.
You toss the blade at the princess's feet. She eyes it with suspicion before kneeling down to pick it up.
I wouldn't have done that. Why did you?
She creeps forward, taking one cautious step at a time until you and she are face to face.
What do you think happens now?
I don't know, but you kind of got a cat mouth going on there. Cat nose, too. Interesting. It's up to you. That's why I gave you the blade. I chose last time and I regret it, so now it's your time to choose. Interesting. We're both scared and we're both hurting. If one of us doesn't make a change, we'll probably kill each other forever. What do you want to do? You're beautiful. I want to actually save you. If you're like someone I know, you're probably going to kill me. Interesting. We're both scared. And we're going to kill each other forever. We can be better? Sure.
Her shoulders tense and her eyes dart away.
This is another trick. You're trying to sow doubt, but it's not going to work on me.
All right.
And then
Oh.
she buries the blade in your heart.
She didn't hesitate long, did she?
What? No. No, come on, that's not right. I told you. I told you this is what she was going to do.
And you were right.
Glee dances across her face as you fall to the ground.
I did it. I got you. You...
It's going to reset now.
The princess seems to tremble, her smile fading quickly, replaced with concern. Her nervous eyes brim with tears.
Uh-oh, does she feel regret?
Why? Why did you let me do this?
But you don't have the strength to respond, nor do you have the time.
Oh, did she feel guilt?
Everything goes dark, and you die.
Interesting. Chapter 3, The Thorn. Hand your power to the suspicious character. Crazy. Okay. I
On
love...
a path in the woods. I can't believe she
look.
actually stabbed us.
Very different. I love the different achievements. They've clearly wrote a vast and branching story, which I love. It's cool.
I told you not to give her the blade. I told you it would come around to bite us. I voted against it.
And yet here we are, opportunist, alive and well and in Chapter 3.
Yeah, we know. You already got your I told you so's in while we were bleeding out. I just wanted to make sure that everyone here knows that I was and am on the right side of that argument.
Oh, you're far from being on the right side of anything.
Oh.
You're fixated on the past, whereas what you should be is fixated on the future.
Interesting, there's 3 of us now.
Ho-ho, a visionary. I like it. Tell me more. Gladly, my dear fellow. By cruelly turning on the princess in her moment of vulnerability, we made ourselves an enemy. But by mastering our fear and insecurity and handing over our power, we've begun a journey to something so much deeper. I like journeys. Traveling is a bit of a passion of mine. It makes me so relatable. Now, where are we off to? Well, if we're lucky, it's a journey to love.
I mean, the game did say on the very first screen that it was a love story.
She hates us. Does she? She hesitated before stabbing us to death. There might just be a kernel of affection in that angry, angry heart.
Interesting. So the fact that we've made it to Chapter 3 by, wooing her over, maybe it is about trying to make her experience love or guilt or sadness or something like that.
As ridiculous as this guy
That's a redemption
is, maybe
arc.
he has a point. I don't know if I necessarily buy into his whole love journey thing, but maybe she won't be as keen to betray us this time. We've already proven to her that we can change, so maybe she'll realise that things don't have to end in violence.
Yeah, maybe.
You know, maybe
maybe you're right. In which case, I suppose the only thing to do is to get back to the cabin and give it another try.
I mean, I'm excited to see how many branches there are.
What another try exactly?
The fact that we're on chapter 3
You are
makes me
aware
want to
I've
do
been
the right
listening
thing.
to you, right?
It makes no difference if we conspire in the shadows or bear our intentions with open hearts. We are breaking your cruel cycle and whisking her away to freedom.
I mean, I agree with Smitten, but not for the same reason.
Oh, are you now? Great. So you've obviously been here before, since you apparently died at least once.
Twice, actually.
Sure. Twice. Then I'll spare you the little introduction I had planned. You already know about the princess, and clearly you already know that she's dangerous. So don't muck this up. It's bad enough that this isn't your first time through.
Poor narrator. He's so frustrated with us. Okay. This place is different. It keeps changing, yeah.
Wonderful. If the woods themselves are changing, then that's all the more reason for you to take this seriously. It would mean your grip on things is slipping, which, in turn, likely means her influence is spreading. Someone's in the know. I've already said too much. The more information you have, the more difficult your task will be. Don't listen to her, definitely don't free her, and if you can, don't even think about her.
You don't have to worry about me. My head's always empty.
Except for thoughts of her.
Oh, Smitten. Okay, let's see. We're going to free her. Even now, I'm sure she understands that, but we can see what she has to say for herself when we get to the cabin, sure. I hope you don't think I'm planning on freeing her after she stabbed me. Okay, what happens if I leave? You sure seem to be taking the whole looping thing in stride, sure.
What do you want me to say? It's bad that you've been here before. It's bad for you, it's bad for me, and it's especially bad for the world. The more times you run through this, the more likely it is that you'll fail. You've already failed twice.
Interesting.
So you knew this could happen.
He's not talking about the world's ending twice, though.
Theoretically, sure, I knew this could happen, but I was supposed to be the first. I'd really rather not get into it.
Ooh.
I don't care about where we came from, and I don't care to discuss the theory of anything. I yearn only to bring her freedom. I'm here to feel, not to think.
Then we can all move on and forget what I said about failure.
Interesting.
It's important that you believe in yourself, and the fact you're here probably means that you still have a chance to pull this off and save the world. My world, at least. It sounds like you've probably doomed a couple of others already.
Alright, so he still does think about that world's being obliterated.
I need to stop talking. Think happy thoughts.
Think of a wonderful thing. Alright, we're going to free her. We're even now. Let's see. No matter what happens, it seems like all our answers are in the cabin. Let's proceed. Yeah.
It isn't long before you find yourself at the base of the cabin. I think it's clear where everyone stands at this point.
I mean, it's not clear at all.
I don't know if I'd say everyone.
Yeah, exactly.
You talking about me? I have a position. It's a good one, too. Ignore him, he's just talking for talking's sake. My position is the only one that matters. You know what you have to do.
Bit egotistical there, narrator. Let's proceed to the cabin.
The interior of
Whoa.
the cabin is hardly an interior at all anymore. The burned-out ruins merely suggest the shape of the structure that once stood here, charred wood still reeking of ash. But beneath it lies the fresh smell of spring growth after rain, the promise of new life in the wreckage of the old. The only furniture of note is the crisp shell of what was once a table.
There's no
A
dagger.
pristine... Wait, this isn't right. There's supposed to be a pristine blade. Why isn't there a pristine blade?
And there's a mirror where the door was.
We gave it to her last time. She can't still have it, can she? Well, it's not here. And if she has it, let me guess, you want to get all chummy with her. Look, as far as I see it, if it's between him and her, I say we side with the one who has the weapon. It's just the smart thing to do.
Okay.
I wouldn't be so hasty. I'm sure the blade will turn up somewhere. She can't have it. That's not how this is supposed to work.
If she does have it, that's all the more reason to put our faith in her. We have already shown her our heart. Now she has to show us hers.
Unless
Interesting.
her heart tells her to stab us, which doesn't seem unlikely, so yes, I agree. Let's make sure we get on her good side.
Okay. How do we even go down there? The only thing I see is a mirror, yeah.
You're right, the mirror is back. There isn't anywhere for us to go. But there isn't a mirror.
What? He still doesn't see it.
I still don't get his angle here.
Either way, I say we take a look. It feels like it's been forever since we've actually seen ourselves. For all we know, our feathers are all out of place. And that's why we haven't yet won her heart.
That's probably it. We gotta
Must
have
put
be
our best
coiffed.
face forward.
Perfectly coiffed.
Yeah, we can't go around looking disheveled. A real go-getter takes care of his appearance.
Alright.
So, is the door to the basement behind the mirror? I promise you there isn't a mirror, and there isn't a door to the basement. The entrance is more of a burned-out frame than anything else, and it's right there on the far side of the room. Do you really not see it?
Poor narrator, he doesn't even understand us. Alright, approach the mirror.
You step forward and approach the scorched entryway leading to the basement, hesitating before you begin the descent.
Okay.
You know what you have to do. Wipe away the grit from the mirror, and behold our handsome features.
Let's try it.
It went away when we touched it last time. You reach forward and wave your hand through the hollow entrance leading to the basement. You really thought there was a mirror there, didn't you? That can't be good. As if things weren't unpredictable enough.
No, narrator doesn't trust us now. He knows that we see things.
Alas, our fine features remain unseen. We'll just have to trust that she'll find us beautiful as we are.
Well, seems like the only way to go is forward, isn't it? Yes, that's where everything tends to be. Let's just put on a good face and have our wits about us. You step through the frame of scorched wood and make your way into the darkness below. The stairs to the basement are covered in a fine layer of gritty ash. The air still feels warm, as if the fires that ruined this place had only recently been extinguished. Yet fresh shoots of thorny branches are already weaving themselves through the soot-covered earth of the walls around you.
Are they thorny, though? They kind of just look like blunt, soft growths, not thorns.
Their spines point courteously down towards the basement, so you're able to brush past their jagged points with ease, at least on the way down. But you don't need to think about the way back up just yet. That's a matter for after the world's been saved.
Interesting.
These thorns are an expression of her pain. I know it. She's calling out for help.
So Smitten thinks that she's making the vines.
Her voice, worn down by pain and suspicion, hobbles up the stairs.
I can't get away from you, can I? I lock you away and you come back. You let me kill you and you come back.
I always come back. I'm like a bad penny.
I don't know why you let me do that. I don't know what you want from me.
Uh-oh, she sounds apathetic. Alright, I want to figure out a way for good. I don't know what I want. I never really chose to come here. I want to free you, I mean it. I just want to talk. Really talk? Yeah.
I think you know how this goes. I'm down here and I can't leave. So, come down and talk. It's not like I can stop you.
She seems very apathetic.
You continue down the basement stairs, brushing past the smooth edges of thorns that grow more and more plentiful as you make your way forward. You step out into what was once a vast open cavern, now overrun by briars and prickles and thistles.
If she's making the
Space
vines,
thick with
though,
hostile vegetation.
then why are they poking her?
At the heart of it all, encased in a tight weave of vines, is the princess. Her bloody, trembling hands clutching a pristine blade.
Did you know this was going to happen to me? Are you here to watch me suffer? Are you here to laugh?
Yeah, I'm here to laugh. What did you think would happen after you killed me? I'm not here to laugh. I'm here to free you if you'll let me. I can cut you free, but you'll have to give me the blade. Oh, reach for the blade. You're in a prison of your own making. I broke our cycle of violence. If you still want to wallow in it, be my guest. Turn and leave. I guess I don't have to say anything left to say. Turn and leave. Fine. If you're going to be like that, I'm going to have to leave. Have a nice day. Okay, give me the blade.
And I'm supposed to believe it's safe in your hands? That you aren't just saying what you need to say in order to fool me and save yourself?
I mean, you can believe what you want to believe. Alright, let's see. You're not the only one who yearns for freedom. I'm trapped as you are. I think we need to leave together. Is there nothing I can say to change your mind? Reach for the blade. You're in a prison of your own making. I guess I don't have to say anything. Yeah, I think the top one. I think we're all trapped together. We need to leave together.
The princess clutches the blade closer to her chest.
That sounds nice. I'm so tired of the bad blood between us. But it's hard to let it go. You've hurt me.
And you've hurt
Her
me.
eyes dart away from yours for a brief moment.
Interesting.
And I've also hurt you.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, is there nothing I can say to change your mind? Can I take the blade now? Reach for the blade. Let's ask. Can I take the blade now?
Her eyes briefly meet yours, then dart back to the floor. She hangs her head in resignation.
Okay.
Alright, reach for the blade. Alright, is that the only other option? Yep, so reach for the blade.
You reach towards her bloodied hands, laying your palm on her trembling fingers. For a moment, she clutches it even tighter, her knuckles going white with the effort. But then the tension fades. Her grip finally loosens and she allows you to take the weapon. You carefully pull it free from the thorns, though they scrape at your skin, leaving red trickles of fresh blood all along your arms.
She trusts us. She trusts us. Doesn't that set your heart aflutter?
Yeah, a little. It could just be nerves. Being this close to her does bring back unpleasant memories, but I don't know, it doesn't feel bad. It feels good. Like we're special to her.
We are special to have gained an ounce of trust from a maiden so guarded. Now all that remains is to free her from her bindings.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's show her how much both of us have changed. Or, hear me out, we slay her. Right here, right now. She's never been so helpless, and if we don't take advantage of that, we may never get another chance.
I mean, we already killed her once.
That sounds like a splendid idea. You should listen to him.
I see that the lines have been drawn.
It's 2 against 1. It's 2 against 2. You don't count.
That's right, narrator, you don't count.
And why shouldn't he count? Because he's clearly not one of us. That doesn't matter. He's been with us the whole time. He should get a say.
So, did you mean it? Or was I a fool to hand my life to you?
Okay, let's cut her free.
Yes, what a good idea. Let's cut her free. Oh, so you're suddenly team free her. You can't just switch sides as soon as we make a decision. I can do whatever I want, and I believe with my whole heart that this is the right course of action.
Uh-oh.
Let's free this princess.
That has me a little concerned, opportunist.
Everyone deserves a chance at redemption. Let him join us and be merry. We are all united by our passion.
Alright, if you say so, Smitten.
That's right. What he said. We've already given him a chance at redemption. And who says I don't deserve another? I really mean it this time. I'm big enough to admit when I'm wrong. So I want to help you all free her.
Alright.
And I have no problem with that. Welcome to the team. You're one of us now. One of the good guys.
That's right.
Take the blade to the thorny vines imprisoning the princess, and she flinches, relaxing only slightly as the blade slices into the thick vegetation rather than her arm. And she flinches again as the last of the vines is cut away, as if, after all of that, she's still expecting you to turn on her and stab her in the heart. But you're not going to do that, are you? Still, all it would take is a single slip of the blade.
Well, the narrator's still hopeful.
Such a pathetic attempt at distraction and subterfuge. Our blade is a dashing sword, and every dashing sword is an extension of its hero. It won't slip.
That's right, I don't make mistakes.
You're right. He can't even make it slip, can he? He's a bit of a nobody. Good thing I've been on your side of all this since the beginning. The princess falls into your arms, tears streaking down her cheeks. I can't believe you're making me describe this. I hate you.
I'm not making you do anything.
You actually meant it. You rescued me.
Wait, is that? Oh, that's her arm. I thought it was my right arm, but yeah, my feathers, I guess it's just kind of wrapped around her.
Do you see the way she's looking at us? Kiss her. Kiss her now before the moment ends.
I don't know, Smitten. Of course I did. I just really hate the people who put us here. Kiss her, remain silent. I don't kiss her.
She smiles, her hand slipping into yours, and the two of you rush to the basement stairs.
That's right.
You should have kissed her, you fool. It was the perfect moment.
I mean, I might have if it weren't for you, Smitten. You're too weird.
Shameful, really, that the same thorns that so graciously allowed you downstairs are now blocking your only way out.
I mean, we got a blade still.
Please, after all the trials we've been through, do you really think a few measly thorns can stop us? Love is an even more powerful weapon than our blade.
Plus, it was like open on top. We could just like chuck her out.
We cut through those other vines just fine. They're only thorns. I'm not afraid of getting a few scrapes. I'm not even sure we need to do any cutting. We can just move them out of the way. What a pathetic showing, really.
A few pointy sticks can't keep us down here. We're both meant for so much more than this.
Yeah. Cut into the thorns, step into the thorns. Let's just step into the thorns.
As you step into the thorns covering the basement stairs, they yield.
Oh, narrator didn't like that.
Both you and the princess ascend the stairs without obstacle. This is unacceptable. The second you step out of this cabin with her, the world ends. Do you hear me? What did the world ever do to you to deserve this?
Or do we just not believe you, narrator? We believe in redemption.
Your nightmare is our dream. Whatever world would condemn an innocent like her to a cycle of violence and despair isn't a world worth saving.
I'm not sure I'd go that far, Smitten.
We'll weave something new together. Something better.
You and the princess hesitate at the cabin door. This is your last chance. We've already made our decision.
We're finally leaving here together, aren't we? And all we had to do was trust each other. It wasn't easy, but I'm glad we finally could.
All right, step into freedom. That's the only option.
Hands clasped, the two of you open the door and step out into a new day. You irredeemable murderers.
What do we do now?
That's a good question.
Where's everything going?
Uh-oh.
Why is it so cold?
Uh-oh. That entity just loves those princesses I make. Give them emotions and they just snap them right up. Tasty, tasty. You do not get the chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
Alright, of course you're scared. This is not the end for you, but it's not the end for me. It's gonna be okay. Just trust me. We've been here before, and you always get scared. Approach the mirror. This is the end for you, but it's not the end for me. Well, let's just say trust me.
But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything. Yes. I fear that we won't like what we'll see. What if we just sit here and preen for a while? That can't hurt, right? If they think it's bad, I'm with them.
Okay. It's not the end. Whatever's on the other side is going to be nice. It's the end for you, but not for me. I'll see you on the other side. It's going to be okay? Yeah.
Okay. If you say so. We'll trust you.
All right.
She'll be there waiting for us. I just know it. Finally. We're going places.
All right. They seem to be on board. What do we see? We approach the mirror. Gaze upon my reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. The bloat. You've grown. Interesting. Not sure I understand. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. Proceed to the cabin, sure. You're at the cabin. Approach her.
When I found you in the long quiet alone, I was terrified. What if you had decided to let me with her? But your commitment now is final. Your ability to walk the path of mutual annihilation is vanished with your return. If you still wish to obliterate me, it will have to wait until I am complete.
She's still not complete.
Flickering lights in empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before.
But she's not complete.
Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
How much have you changed? Sure.
Is a child the same as an infant? I am an unbroken pattern. but every vessel gives fresh perspectives and carves new avenues of expression. I am different, but I am the same.
What does it feel like to change like this?
Eyes close in reflection. Perspectives meld together, and the breadth of my experience stretches to new corners. There are contradictions, conflicts in my nature, and there are familiarities that bind everything together. It feels correct. This is what I need to be. This is the only path forward.
When all this is done, do you know what you want to be? Want to
With
do?
every gift you bring me, I excavate the alleys of what I am meant to be, and every exploration yields new and complicated truths. What I will be is different than what I am, and what I am is different from what I was. I cannot tell you what desires I will hold when I have changed, but in this moment, all I want is to know myself and to know you.
Okay. When I go back, it's as if an invisible wall closes around me. Why can I not do the same things I've done before? You've been kinder to me than anyone else I've met, thank you. You have been kinder to me than anyone else I've met. Why? Let's do that.
Why wouldn't I be kind to you? You are the only thing I know that isn't me.
Okay. Let's see. What do you want me to bring you next time? Ooh. Well, she probably doesn't know.
Gifts aren't what someone tells you to bring them.
Yeah.
My joy is in seeing what you choose. There are no wrong answers, and every perspective illuminates my shadows and shares new secrets.
Again, she's giving me permission to kill her. Okay. All right. So you don't have any preference on how you'd like to change or grow. I don't want to hurt you, but the more times I go back, the worse I fear things will be. What do you feel about me? Let's see. How many more vessels do I need to bring you? I'm ready to go back. Destroy your body. I'm ready to go back, sure.
I will long for your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.
Ooh. Such an abrupt change there. Chapter 1, The Hero and the Princess, A Thorny Vessel.
You're on a path in the woods. You're here to slay her.
Okay. Let's just go to the cabin again, because it doesn't seem like talking to the narrator actually matters, so let's just silently go to the cabin.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. A warning. But she will
Yeah,
lie.
you always say the same thing, so we're just going to go ahead.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The
Okay,
blade
we got a
is your
blade. Let's take the blade, sure.
You take the blade from the...
And then we'll go into the basement. See what differences there are.
The door to the basement creaks open.
We'd still
Her
be doing
voice
her a favor.
carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous.
Don't let
She
it
knows
fool
we
you.
have the knife.
It's all-
Anytime we have the knife, she sounds dangerous. Just checking in. Let's just continue down the
Good.
stairs silently.
You're still listening to reason. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess.
Okay.
She's so
Still the
coldly
same.
beautiful.
Focus on the task at hand.
All the same.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Okay, let's see. Well. No. I haven't decided yet, sure.
How about you drop the knife and the two of us just talk?
Because I haven't decided
Look
yet.
how
I'm
reasonable
confused.
she's being. We should just drop the blade and talk things out. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster. Killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
Absolutely. Okay, drop it.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Thank you.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face. Unarmed.
We'll be fine.
I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
If you say so.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
Pretty awkward. A relationship? Are you coming on to me? How would I get you out of here? I'm here because you're supposed to end the world. There's people out there who think you're going to end the world. Name, how long have you been down here? Do you know why I'm here to kill you? Alright, do you know why I'm here to kill you? Because really what I want is I want to ask her if she knows about the vessel and growth and what she wants to be.
Do you?
No, I don't. I know what I've been told. Whether or not I believe it is an entirely different matter. Okay. Well, sure.
So, you're not going to share? How pointless. If you want to talk, I'll talk. But this isn't talking.
I've got limited options here. Alright. A relationship. How would I get you out of here? What's your name? How long have you been down here? Okay, we've talked enough. Sure. A relationship.
Don't jump to any weird conclusions. We're two people who have met each other. By definition, we have a relationship.
Okay. What's your name? How long have you been down here? Sure.
Too long.
She's pretty cranky.
Note the lack of detail. You can't trust her.
Alright, we've talked enough.
Oh? Have you decided what to do with me?
No, not
You
really.
know why you're here.
Alright, slay the princess. I'm getting you out of here. I'm gonna keep you locked away down here, at least for a bit. Let's go for slaying her, but then hesitating at
Doubt,
the end.
unfortunately, clouds your thoughts as you attempt to run her through. A moment of distraction and hesitation is all she needed to sidestep your thrust and deliver a catastrophic blow to your jaw.
Dang, she just punched us?
It feels like you've been hit with a sledgehammer. You can feel bone grinding on bone where your jaw has been fractured.
Dang, she's got a mean left hook.
Holy shit, that hurt! Though she's unarmed, the shock of that first strike is enough to stagger you, putting you and the princess on somewhat equal footing. Your blade slashes
Whoa.
through the air again and again, and her fists connect with your body as many times or more, each impact as heavy as that first bone-crushing hit.
Dang.
We can still turn this around.
Dang. That's brutal. I'm gonna hit S, so you can hit S to save a screenshot, it says. Screenshot saved there. Interesting. Alright, cool. Also do it with Steam, just to see. Okay. I was curious to try that one out. Give up, finish the job, flee, and lock her in the room. Let's oh, I don't know, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, because I was kind of wanting to do like a half-hearted attempt. Give up, finish the job. I don't know, let's give up.
Are you serious? As internal bleeding sets in, the blade falls from your trembling hands, clattering to the ground uselessly. You lacked the will to finish the job, your bruised and broken body falling to its knees before her. The princess, exhausted, chest heaving with heavy breaths, tosses the blade away from you. This is the end, isn't it?
Is this really the best you could do? Look at you. Completely broken. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little disappointed.
Interesting.
She plants her foot on your chest and pushes you onto your back, the air leaving your lungs in a heavy puff. And then she brings her knee to your throat. She leans into it with the kind of weight you didn't think her slight frame could possibly possess, shattering your windpipe and leaving you starved for breath.
Dang, cruel.
It's too bad. I was looking forward to some company.
You had it for a little while. We had a little joust, a little sparring match.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
Interesting. Chapter 2, The Tower. It's a different Chapter 2, right? I don't think we've seen this
You're
Chapter
on
2.
a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin,
All right.
you're here to slay.
Looks like it's the same sort of stuff. I don't see more options, so let's just proceed to the cabin. What does it look like this time?
A warning.
Looks the same.
She
She's
will
gonna
lie.
give us the
We
same
might as well just
voice of the
pledge ourselves
broken.
to her and stop pretending we're capable of doing anything in this situation. She probably doesn't even need to try to overpower us.
Okay, so we get the voice of the hero, the voice of the smitten, the voice of the opportunist, and now the voice of the broken. I think that's all four that we were looking for, because they said the four of us.
Can we tone down the pessimism just a smidge? I'm not being a pessimist. I'm just being realistic.
I wonder if we have to do this and then we have to get back to the good ending, but with all 4 of us complete. Or, oh, I have an idea.
You're being annoying.
Maybe after we have all 4 of us, maybe we can just leave the cabin? Because the entity takes you. But it says that you're empty, you're incomplete.
Whatever you do, don't pledge yourself to her. I cannot stress enough how absolutely catastrophic that would be for everyone, yourself included. I agree. If she's wrongfully imprisoned, then we should rescue her, but if he's telling the truth, we shouldn't just hand her the world on a silver platter. Rescue her? Given the stakes of the situation, there isn't really a difference between rescuing her and pledging yourself to her. Either would be terrible.
A difference without a distinction, huh?
So please try to ignore both of those knuckleheads and focus on saving the world. Let's not make this harder than it has to be.
The Smitten's gone, though.
If that's what you want, I guess I don't have a say here.
I mean, how would I get Smitten with me, though? Or an opportunist. I would need all 4 of them to be with me.
The interior of the cabin is larger and more grandiose than its humble exterior would suggest. The only furniture of note is a massive marble altar with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
Dang. Okay, well, let's see. We have Broken. I think if we did Smitten next and then Opportunist, maybe that would give us all of them. So let's go for saving her this time.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. Why do we feel so small? We don't feel small. We are small.
Okay. You didn't say anything about a mirror. Approach the mirror, take the blade, enter the basement. Well, let's look at the mirror again, but I'm assuming that it won't do anything because it's still just a few of us.
This isn't a wall.
Okay, we wipe it off,
You
same
reach forward,
sort of thing.
Rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
Okay,
We
same
should count
results.
ourselves lucky. Some things are better left unseen.
Interesting. Broken is scared. Okay, we're gonna
A
enter the
blade
basement.
this
We don't
time.
want the blade.
Yeah. Maybe she'll be more receptive if we're unarmed.
I mean, it certainly seems like she always
Blade.
is.
No blade. It doesn't matter.
Dang, Broken is out of it.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a spiral staircase. Its steps almost as deep as you are tall. The smell of incense drifts up from below. For a moment, you almost feel at ease.
Incense.
This is actually kind of nice.
Hey,
It's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her booming voice rolls up the stairs.
booming. Oh.
Is that a guest I hear? Don't linger on the stairs. Come down and witness me.
You weren't kidding when you said it was booming. She wasn't like this last time. You shouldn't have come down here unarmed. We need to get down there. She wants us to see her. We need to see her. Should we be worried about your sudden change in attitude? Just a few minutes ago you were going on about how pointless everything was. Now you want to go down there.
That is a little weird.
It doesn't matter what that little voice says. He's not the one making the decisions. Though if his ramblings get you to the princess, they get you to the princess.
Okay.
Making your way down the spiral staircase is a time-consuming and exhausting effort, every step requiring you to clamber over one edge before dropping to the next.
Dang.
But soon the end comes into view, and you tumble to the bottom, entering the vast, temple-like room beyond.
I didn't realize how big those stairs were. I knew they were supposed to be big, but I didn't realize they were, like, gigantic.
The princess towers over you, almost glowing in the weak starlight, her figure framed by a stained glass window.
She's gonna be the
Her
new...
long hair billows around her, and a chain binds her wrist to the far wall.
She's gonna be the new Lady Demetiscu or whatever. Oh, there's no parallax on this one, just because we're so small that we're looking up, so there is no parallax. Interesting. I'm gonna hit some save on this, just to save, because that's kind of cool looking, is it not? I should probably do the Steam one a few times to get her in different positions. Okay, that's cool. Let's check this out. The Princess Tower.
The chain is nothing to her. It might as well be a toy for all the good it would do. I told you it was pointless to resist her.
The little bird has returned to me. I wonder what he wants.
Okay.
I see your hands are empty. You've already given up, haven't you? You aren't even going to try and kill me. How sweet. And more than a little disappointing.
Oh, she wants me to kill her,
She's disappointed in us?
apparently.
Kneel.
No, kneel. No, kneel. Well, let's say no. She's supposed to grow. If we just grovel, we're not giving her what she needs, right?
But the words don't leave your mouth. Instead, your legs buckle and your knees hit the floor.
We don't get to say no, huh? Oh, there's parallax now, okay.
That's my good little bird. Now, why don't we talk?
What do you want to talk
The
about?
last time we met, you told me I was destined to end the world. That thought wrapped itself around my heart.
Uh-oh.
It has pulled at me since the moment I squeezed the life out of your broken lungs.
Uh-oh. We gave her ideas.
I could feel its fundamental truth awaken me. The collapse of the old is a necessary prelude to the birth of the new, and the world as it is now is overdue for alterations.
Uh-oh. I might have doomed the world. Just saying. Alright, well, what's she gonna say now?
It's time for me to seize my destiny, and you, little bird, will help me seize it.
Well, that gives away the game, doesn't it?
It does. But why did she say the last time we met? That's not right. That can't be right.
She's right. We've been here before, and we've died here before. Pitifully. We might as well do what she asks of us and help her. She is inevitable. Can't you feel it?
He's
Interesting.
being melodramatic, but the point stands. What are we even supposed to do to stop her? Well, I'll be damned. That's not good.
Oh, the narrator's given up.
Okay. First things first, you're going to have to stuff those pessimistic thoughts someplace far, far away and commit yourself to what needs to be done. The stakes of the situation should be perfectly clear to everyone now. And if you're going to save the world, you have to have faith that you can pull this off. You can't win a battle that you've already lost in your mind.
Alright. What do you have planned? Just because you're supposed to end the world doesn't mean you actually have to. I have questions for you before you decide to do anything. What happened to you after I died? Oh man, we don't get to leave. So, let's see. Well, first, let's say you can be whatever you want to be. Sure.
This isn't about desire. This is about what I am. And I have little interest in discussing destiny with one that cannot see the divine truth that shines in my heart.
Okay. I have questions for you before you decide.
Know the limits of your privilege, little bird. There's an empty place at my side for you to fill, if you'll have it. But it is not a place for an equal. It is a place for something worthy to be kept. A priest, perhaps, or a pet.
Okay. What do you have planned?
And all you have to do is break these chains and set me free.
Yeah, why can't you get
Don't
out
be
yourself,
rude.
huh?
Of course she can.
It's not rude to question someone who's apparently trying to end the world.
Exactly.
That's exactly why it's rude. We should know our place.
I can, easily. But that isn't what I want to do.
You want me to free you.
The story of a terrible and bountiful God unbounded of her own will is no story at all. It's not worthy of everything I am, or everything I'm bound to become. It isn't even worthy of what I was.
Okay.
The destruction in Genesis that's to follow in my wake is deserving of a song that can echo for eternity. The song of you, being so struck by my glory, so overwhelmed by what I am, that you feel you must deliver me into the world. And from your act of utter devotion and submission springs a new dawn, a better dawn. Submit now, submit later. It makes no difference. Because in the end, no matter how vainly you struggle against me, My will triumphs over yours.
I don't want to pledge myself. No. Let me out of here. No. Poke you in the nose. Slash your throat. No. Okay. All right, well.
Your will was so easily broken. Am I that magnificent? All you need to do now is break my chains.
All right, well, now maybe I'll get a choice.
If this is what you want, then I guess there's not much else for me to say.
I'm going to take another screenshot. That's kind of cool. Yeah, I mean, the art in this game has been phenomenal throughout, but this is just, just extra cool. It looks like they have like 4 frames they're going back and forth between, but it's cool.
No, you can't just give in to her. Not when the stakes are so high. Not when you're so close. I won't let you do this.
There's still something in the way. A greasy film inside of you where it doesn't belong, trying to conceal you from me. Is that a person? No, it used to be a person. It's something different now. An echo.
Is she talking about you? That's impossible. She's not supposed to be able to interact with me.
You're a small one, aren't you? A shriveling little worm stretched beyond its limits, trying to control things that it can't understand.
She's got you there, narrator.
No. What are you talking about? I'm just...
I don't care what you are. You're mine.
Ah!
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't realize she was going to interact with the narrator.
Rise, my little bird.
Without hesitation, you're brought to your feet.
What? She's the narrator now. Ooh, interesting.
Break my chains.
And how are we supposed to do that? We don't even have a weapon.
All you need to do is believe it's been done.
And what if I don't believe? I have to. It's over. Break her chains. Okay.
You poor, wretched little thing. You already do believe. You've always believed. All you have to do is open the last door to your heart. It's easy. And once you let her in, you'll be safe and free forever.
Please, don't do this.
Break her chains. I have to. It's over. I'm sorry. I don't want to break her chains.
There's nothing to be sorry about. This is how it was always going to be. And it is good.
Alright, I'm done with this. I'm just gonna go sit in the corner. Let me know if we get our agency back.
I can't do anything, huh? Slice her again. Slice her. Chop her. Cut her into ribbons. Whoops, sorry, I clicked outside the window. Alright, fine. We'll break her chains because I have no other
Her
choice.
chains shatter, and the cuff falls from her wrist. She is loose, and the end is upon us.
What a good disciple you are. Come, it's time for us to leave.
I'm not sure if I want to be helping you, but I don't think I have a choice. What happens now?
Nothing. And then, everything.
Okay. No choices. Pledge loyalty to your better. But you do not take her hand, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Nobody
She's gone.
returns.
Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
Okay, let's see. Let's just approach the mirror. We've already seen the other options. We approach the mirror.
This doesn't feel right. It feels different. Final. I don't want
Yeah.
to look at us.
The voices feel small, distant as you approach. Gaze. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. Oh, the decay. You've withered. Interesting. This is fascinating. There's so many endings. It's so interesting. I can't recommend this game enough, so I suggest that you all give it a try. But this also looks different. Look at this. Let's approach her.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction. A mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again.
Interesting.
All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same.
You can't be a contradiction. Contradictions don't exist. How can you stand to be a contradiction? It doesn't matter how many times I go back. At least one of us always hurts the other. Doesn't that change you? Doesn't that make you worse? What do you think of this vessel? You know, okay, let's see. Yeah, doesn't that make you worse?
It changes me, but it doesn't make me worse, nor does it make me care for you any less. Does it make you worse? Do you resent me?
A little bit. I don't know what that says about me. No. It all seems distant as soon as I'm near you. I have no opinion one way or the other. I just want it all to stop. Yes, you're torturing me, and I hate it. I think I hate you. Remain silent. Interesting. Sure. You're torturing me.
You are what brings me meaning. Know that the pain of your journey will subside in due time. But you still have a ways to go before we are done.
Okay. How can you stand to be a contradiction?
As easily as you can stand to be you. You are like me, even if you have chosen not to look at the corners of you that do not fit. Even if you have chosen to ignore the brilliant contours of your soul.
Interesting. What do you think this vessel... Do you know what happens when to the worlds we leave behind? Sure. What happens to those worlds?
My perspectives are shadowed. You have seen what I have seen, just as I have seen what you have seen. The angles of my vantage do not offer me hidden truths, and my attention is turned inward, except when you are here with me. Perhaps this will change when our work is done.
When our work is done. Have you figured out what you'll want when we've finished?
The desires of my multitude thrive in endless competition with themselves, but none of them rise above their dance to influence me.
So she just wants everything.
I yearn for what I have always yearned for, our awakening. Other desires shrink in the light of knowing you and knowing me.
Okay. Do you still not care what I bring next?
I care about your gifts, but I have no preferences to burden you with. Even if I did, I would never dare to tarnish our relationship by assuming myself above you.
Even now that I've withered? Alright, well, I'm ready to go back.
I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
And we die. Chapter 1, The Hero and the Princess. A dominant vessel bring the tower. Okay. Well,
You're on a path
as
in the woods.
always,
You're
I
here.
think that this has been an excellent indie game. Black Tabby Games always deliver, so I highly recommend that you guys check them out. They're just an excellent indie studio trying to do things with excellent art. It's not always what everybody expects, but if you're a fan of art, if you're a fan of philosophy, if you're a fan of just something intriguing and different and new, then check out Slay the Princess by Black Tabby Games.